Hi, it's Heather Wood from Body Love. Welcome to the Heavenly Help Desk. Today we are talking about making the decision, should I stay or should I go? Specifically when you're talking about moving. Should you move somewhere else or should you stay where you are? Stay tuned. So here's the question that was sent in. This is a great question, and there were a lot of follow-up comments on this question with people saying that they were in the same or a very similar situation themselves, okay? So when you have a big decision like this, where you can follow path A or you can follow path B, I have 7 tips for you to help you really figure out the best decision for you, okay? Tip 1, make decisions with your heart and then use your head to help you to get there the best way possible. Don't get that mixed up. All right, let me say it again. Make decisions with your heart. Decide what you want to do with your heart. What does your heart tell you? Does your heart tell you it wants to do one or the other? Listen to it. That's the decision, okay? Use your head to help you get there. What's the best way to get me from point A onto the path to point B? What do I need to do? A lot of people do this backwards. They make decisions with their head. Let me think of the logical way that makes the most sense, that will cause the least amount of waves, that will cost the least amount of money, all right? And then they try to get their heart on board with that decision, and that never works, okay? You can't reconvince your heart to believe something else. So that's step 1. Make sure that you are making the decision that way, okay? That is the angel's favorite advice. They say that to me all the time in readings. Number 2, what's the but? The B-U-T, but. What's the but and can you solve it? So listen to yourself when you're thinking about this or when you're talking about this. Listen to the way that you're phrasing it and what your sentence is when you're saying this. Are you saying, I want to move, but I don't want to take my kids away from the rest of their family? Or, but I would miss my parents too much if I moved further away, or I would miss my sister too much. Or are you saying, I really love living where I live right now, but we have this really great opportunity somewhere else that we could move and find out. This is going to tell you a lot, all right? Now, can you solve the but, the B-U-T but? Can you solve that? Is that something that you can make not such a problem, all right? So for many of you, I know the reason you might not want to move is because your family lives close by, and especially if you have kids, that's tough to think about taking them away and having your family not get to see your kids grow up and having your kids not to be around your family. So can you solve that problem? Be creative. Are there ways that you can arrange to fly your parents out? You pay for it one time, they pay for it the next time. Can you meet somewhere halfway between the place you're going to move and where you live now? There are other solutions. It's not always just black and white, all right? Find something in the middle. Can you solve that problem? Can you convince them to move, all right? There's other ways to look at this. Find out if you can solve your but, B-U-T. Number 3, are you running away, all right? This is important to look at really honestly. Okay, are you running away from the way that you're feeling right now or from a certain circumstance? Because that is something you want to pay close attention to. If you're not feeling great, if you're feeling kind of down, if some bad stuff has been happening in your life, you just broke up with somebody, you're having a difficult time with work, you just had a bad experience in your home, you're having difficulty with a family member, you're feeling depressed, you're struggling to lose weight. If these are kind of the issues at your forefront and you sort of imagine moving somewhere else and those things going away and being better, you have to be very careful, okay? Because emotion and circumstance will follow you wherever you go, all right? Now, on the same token, are you running towards an opportunity, all right? If you're running towards an opportunity, if there's something over on the other side there for you, then that's something to look at differently than if you're running away. And now, a lot of people, when they're looking at this kind of decision, don't really stop and go, can I make that opportunity happen here? all right? Maybe where I am, I could make that opportunity be possible right here, so I wouldn't have to move. Think about that. Have you done that? Have you tried that? And then I want you to imagine that the angels have just gone poof and made it so, yes, that opportunity could happen here. How do you feel? Is the decision gone? Or do you still feel like, I still might want to go? That's going to tell you a lot too. Number 4. This is a little angel exercise. So I'm going to tell you what it is. I don't want you to do it while I'm talking. I want you to kind of take a few notes and then go try this when you have a quiet moment, all right? I want you to sit, relax, close your eyes, take some nice big deep breaths. I want you to do something called heart linking. So you put your middle finger and your thumb and you push gently together. And when you do that, I want you to imagine shooting a big beam of light up out of the top of your head all the way up into the sky. I want you to know that when you do this, your angels see this and take it as a sign that you are asking for their help and their advice and their insight. You want them with you while you're doing this, okay? So after you've got that beam of light up, I want you to tell your angels to come in and to help you with this exercise. Now what you're going to do is you're going to breathe, you're going to kind of get your mind, sort of uncluttered a little bit. And when it seems free, I want you to use your imagination and I want you to see yourself in 5 years. Ask your angels to show you where you are in 5 years. If 5 feels too far, try 2, okay? Where are you? Try not to force where you are. Try not to make yourself be one place or the other. See where you go. Can you tell where you are? Look at how you're feeling. What colors are around you? Who's with you? Are you alone? What's the weather like? What's happening in your life? What does your life look like 5 years from now? Okay, again, very telling. Now, if you pictured one or the other, that's not telling you that's the answer to your question, but there are lots of important clues on what you're seeing and how you're feeling when you see it. So pay close attention. When you're done with the angel exercise, imagine turning that beam of light off, thank your angels for their help, and take some notes in a notebook. Number 5, muscle testing. When you are trying to make a decision and you're trying to really figure out what is it I really want, and when it gets cloudy, so in tip number 1, you're really trying to decide what your heart wants and know it's your heart or your head and it's feeling all muddy, you can try something called muscle testing. I use this all the time to make decisions. This is really helpful. This will tell you what you really, really want in your subconscious without the distraction of all the things your brain is coming up with and all the fears it's throwing at you, okay? So to muscle test, you want to stand up and you want to take a nice big deep breath, put your hands down by your side, all right? If you are going to set it so that the answer of yes, positive, the truth, is going to make you sway forward or backwards. If an answer of no, false, or negative comes up from what you just said, you are going to feel yourself sway side to side, okay? This is a real thing. I didn't make it up. It's not magic. It's energy, and it's called muscle testing. So take a nice big deep breath, close your eyes, and I want you to say a statement, okay? So that statement might be, I want to move. And you can fill in the name of where you might want to move to if you know, okay? And the other statement you can try after that is, I want to stay, and you can fill in where you live now into that sentence and see what happens. Do you sway forward and backwards? Do you say, yes, that was a true statement? Do you sway side to side and say, no, that was not? And you can actually throw in a few extra tests because sometimes this takes a little practice. So say, my name is Heather. And if your name is Heather and that's the truth, you should sway back and forth. Then if your name's not Heather, you should sway side to side. Pick a ridiculous name that's not even close to your name and say that. Say, I'm wearing a pink shirt. All right, see if you sway forward and back. And then I could say, I'm wearing a blue shirt, which is not true, and see if I swayed side to side. Try that and see what your subconscious has to say. Number 6, be open and say yes to both. How can I say yes to both? You can, okay? This is just an experiment. I want you to say yes to both options and then imagine yourself explaining this to other people, explaining your decision, okay? So if you're considering moving, I want you to imagine that you have said yes to moving. We're gonna move. This is happening, and imagine yourself telling your family and your friends and all these people, and you're so excited, and you're posting it on Facebook, and I want you to see how that feels and live in the state that you have said yes to that, and let your imagination go. All right? How are you feeling? What's coming at you? I also, at the same time, want you to imagine that you have said yes to staying, okay? Make sure you're not saying no to going. You're saying yes to staying. And I want you to imagine telling everyone, listen, we were really considering moving, but we've decided the best decision for our family is to stay here, okay? Tell everyone that. Post it on Facebook. Tell all your family and friends. And then kind of go about your life thinking that you're going to do that. And use your imagination to kind of fantasize about that and see how you feel. This is going to tell you a lot too. Exist in a state for a week or two where you kind of feel like you've said yes to both. And see which avenue are more of your thoughts. Over on path A, the yes to moving, do you kind of think and get excited and obsess over there more? Or over on path B, the staying and some new opportunities that might come from that and being closer to your family, is that more what's coming to you? All right. Also, do you feel disappointed in one of them? All right. That's going to tell you a lot too. Lastly, number 7, remember that you can change your mind. Don't let your fear in your mind tell you that you can't. You can change your mind. Ask the angels to help you and to make you feel sure of your decision, but know if you go and you try something and it just doesn't work out, you can absolutely come back. I know it would involve money, and it would involve time, and it would mean moving and uprooting again. I know it's not just a simple snap of the fingers to change your mind, but you can. And if you do go and try something and go, you know what, this wasn't right, and you come back, at least you won't live always thinking, what if? And if you decide to stay and you followed all these steps and you carefully weighed your decision and decided that the best thing for you to do would be to stay, you can always have that peace of knowing you really honestly gave it all the consideration it should have. Thank you for visiting the Heavenly Help Desk. I hope this helps you with your decision making. Please feel free to send me a comment, an email, or a follow-up to this video. I'd love to hear from you. Lots of love from your angels. Bye.